Okay, so you want to deep dive into AI and how it's going to impact the future.
Sounds like a plan.
You gave us a really interesting mix of stuff to go through.
Yeah.
Articles, your own notes, and even the Amazon listing for this book, The Edge of AI.
I'm ready when you are.
Well, first, let's just talk about the book for a sec.
Okay.
It was written by Henry Kissinger,
Oh, wow.
Eric Schmidt, and Daniel Huttenlocher.
Former Secretary of State, former Google CEO, and the Dean of MIT's Computing College.
Yeah,
Talk about a dream team.
right.
That's quite the brain trust.
And just from the Amazon description, it looks like they're going for the big questions, like
what?
how AI is going to change how we think about knowledge,
Yep.
politics, even entire societies.
So this isn't just a tech deep dive.
No,
It's about how AI is going to rewrite the rules of...
pretty much everything.
Yeah, it kind of makes you anxious just thinking about it.
Which is probably why you're a little freaked out by all this. I mean, think about it.
Right.
Generative AI is already making fake news. And artists and writers are worried about losing their jobs to robots.
I mean, it's a valid concern.
It is.
It's interesting you say that.
Yeah.
Because the authors actually address those anxieties right away in the book.
Really?
Like they acknowledge those concerns head on and then point out all the incredible things AI is already doing.
Like what?
Like discovering new medicines and running military drones.
Wait, so that's happening right now?
Right now.
That's
Oh, yeah.
that's kind of scary and cool at the same time.
It's not science fiction anymore.
Oh.
AI is having a real impact.
On the world today.
Precisely.
So if it's already doing all that, how can we...
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
We don't always understand how these AI systems are making their decisions.
Oh.
The authors get into the ethical implications of that.
Yeah, we should definitely keep that in mind.
Yeah, definitely.
As we go deeper into this whole AI thing.
Absolutely.
Okay, so how do they even begin to explain all this?
They present AI as the natural next step after all the progress in computing.
Right, it's not like AI just appeared overnight.
No, it's been decades in the making.
Right.
They compare it to other big revolutions like the printing press
Okay.
or electricity.
Each of those totally changed society.
Exactly.
So they're saying AI will do the same.
But faster.
Much faster.
Warp speed.
I actually really like that comparison because it helps me understand just how big of a deal this is.
It is big.
Like, think about it.
Wait.
The printing press shifted power from the church to people.
Right.
And then we had the Renaissance.
And Michelangelo and Da Vinci.
Yeah, AI has that kind of potential.
World-altering potential.
Exactly.
And the book actually talks about the printing press specifically in Chapter 2 to illustrate how these big leaps in technology can change everything.
But like you said, AI is evolving so much faster.
Yeah.
Which makes it even more unpredictable.
Definitely.
Okay, so we've got this incredibly powerful new technology,
Mm-hmm.
and we're not even sure what it's going to do.
Makes you wonder what understanding even means anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which reminds me, the book goes into some pretty deep philosophical stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't they mention Ludwig Wittgenstein or something?
They did. And it's really interesting.
Yeah.
Wittgenstein argued that meaning comes from how we use language in different situations.
Not like words have some inherent meaning.
Right.
Yeah.
And the book suggests that AI is learning to understand reality in a similar way.
So it's going beyond just cause and effect.
Exactly.
AI is building its own understanding of the world.
Precisely.
But here's the thing.
What?
The book says AI might be able to understand things that we as humans can't even detect.
Whoa.
Right.
Like it has a whole new set of senses.
Hold on.
Yeah.
If AI can perceive things we can't, does that change how we see ourselves?
And our place in the universe.
That's kind of blowing my mind.
It's a profound question, and the book really dives into it.
Okay.
And it leads right into the biggest concerns about AI.
Like what?
The potential dangers.
Like what kind of dangers?
Well, the authors say that AI could be even more dangerous than nuclear weapons.
Wow. Okay, that's a pretty big statement.
It is.
Why do they think that?
They argue that AI is so complex, and it's developing so fast
Yeah, okay.
that it's almost impossible to regulate.
They don't just say that, do they?
No.
What else do they say?
They call for global cooperation to make guidelines for AI.
So it benefits everyone.
Right.
That makes sense.
It's not something any one country can handle.
You need a global effort.
Oh, absolutely.
This book sounds pretty intense.
It's definitely thought-provoking.
Even a little scary.
It does make you think.
What are people saying about it?
The reviews on Amazon are mostly positive.
Okay.
A lot of people point out how insightful it is
About.
about the ethical and societal implications of AI.
So it's not all doom and gloom.
No,
It sounds like it offers some ways to make sense of all this.
it does.
But I'm guessing not everyone agrees that AI is this all-powerful force.
Right. There's one review that criticizes AI for not having common sense
Oh, really?
and self-awareness
They think it's dangerous to rely on AI for big decisions.
because it doesn't really understand the world the way we do.
I see what they mean.
There are some things where human judgment is still crucial.
What kind of example did they give?
They talk about the Boeing 737 MX crashes, where a bad sensor sent wrong data to the plane's automated system.
And that caused the accidents.
They argue that this shows how dangerous it can be to over-rely on AI.
Without understanding its limits.
Exactly.
It's a good reminder that AI is a tool.
Yeah.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
It all depends on how we use it.
Yeah.
And it really highlights the need to be careful as we bring AI into our lives more and more.
I'm curious, though, beyond those specific concerns,
Okay.
how does the book frame the whole impact of AI?
Well, they make some pretty bold claims.
Right.
Remember how they said AI is as revolutionary as the printing press?
Or electricity.
Right. Well, they actually go even further.
Oh.
They present AI as this third force
That affirms.
shaping civilization
Okay.
alongside faith and reason.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
So we had faith and reason,
Uh-huh.
and now we have AI.
As this equally powerful influence on how we see the world.
That's putting AI on a whole other level.
And it's not as crazy as it sounds.
Really?
Think about it.
Okay.
AI is already changing how we get information,
True.
how we learn, how we talk, even how we make decisions.
And as technology keeps getting better,
AI is only going to become more integrated into our lives,
I can see how that could change everything.
from our personal beliefs to our political systems.
Exactly.
So the book really challenges us to think about what kind of future we want.
In a world where AI is so important,
Do we embrace it fully?
do try to control it.
Do we find a way to coexist?
These are questions we all need to start thinking about now.
Right now,
This is definitely giving me a lot to think
there's
about.
a lot to process.
I bet you're already making connections to other deep dives we've done.
Oh, absolutely.
Like what?
Remember all our conversations about the future of work,
Yeah.
the spread of misinformation, the rise of
The
automation,
power of tech companies.
or guess what?
Yeah.
AI is at the heart of all of that.
It really is.
It's like this underlying current.
shaping the whole 21st century.
I like that.
So we've established that AI is powerful.
Yeah.
It's changing everything.
Right.
And we need to be having some serious conversations about its impact.
Absolute.
But for someone who wants to learn more,
Yeah.
where do they even begin?
Well, reading this book is a good start.
Okay.
But it's also important to stay updated on the latest AI developments.
Things are moving so fast, though.
I know it's hard to keep up.
What sources would you recommend?
There are a ton of great resources out there.
Yeah.
Start with reputable news outlets and tech publications,
Okay.
ones that have dedicated AI coverage
They do a good job explaining things.
in a clear and accessible way.
And they provide context to help us make sense of all the headlines. Do
Exactly.
you have any favorites?
Sure.
Like what?
MIT Technology Review is known for its in-depth reporting on AI.
Okay.
The New York Times and the Wall Street Journal are also great.
Solid recommendations.
And don't forget podcasts and TED Talk.
Oh, yeah, those are great too.
And don't underestimate the power of just talking to people about this.
You mean having conversations?
Exactly. The more we discuss these issues openly,
Yeah.
the better we'll be able to navigate this new landscape.
It's easy to feel overwhelmed by all this change,
It can be a lot.
but having these conversations,
Sharing our concerns,
Yeah.
our hopes, our ideas,
it helps us feel more connected.
and empowered.
Exactly. We're all in this together.
Right.
And the more we understand AI,
Yeah.
the better chance we have of shaping it to benefit humanity.
Well said.
Okay, so we've covered the book,
Uh-huh.
the potential benefits and risks of AI,
Right.
and some resources for learning more. But before we wrap up this part,
Yeah.
I want to go back to something you said earlier.
What's that?
AI as this third force.
Alongside faith and reason.
It's a powerful concept.
It really makes you think.
It makes me wonder what role AI will play in shaping our values,
Our belief.
our sense of purpose.
It's a big question.
If AI can understand things about the world that we can't,
What does that mean for how we see ourselves?
and our place in the universe.
That's a great question. And honestly, I don't think anyone has the answer yet.
It's definitely something we need to think about.
As AI gets more sophisticated,
Yeah,
It's going to challenge our ideas about what it means to be human.
absolutely.
And who knows, maybe it'll lead us to new discoveries.
New ways of understanding the world.
It might even change the very questions we ask.
This deep dive has been quite a journey.
It has been.
We've explored some pretty mind-blowing ideas.
We have.
We've talked about how AI could reshape civilization.
Ah,
But what does that actually look like in our daily lives?
that's where it gets really interesting.
And that's exactly what we'll explore in the next part of our deep dive.
We'll look at real-world examples of how AI is already shaping our lives.
From the everyday to the extraordinary.
All right, so we're back. Ready to get practical.
Yeah, let's bring this AI conversation down to earth.
Sounds good.
We've talked big picture, all that potential, and even some of the anxieties around AI.
Definitely.
But now,
Now what?
how is AI actually showing up in our everyday lives?
You know, I think you'd be surprised
Surprised by what?
how pervasive AI already is.
Really?
It's not just killer robots and philosophy debates.
Right, like we see in the movies.
Exactly. AI is often working behind the scenes.
In ways we don't even realize.
Exactly. Like, think about those personalized recommendations.
Recommendation.
Yeah, on streaming services or shopping websites.
Yeah,
That's AI.
it is.
Analyzing what you've done in the past.
To figure out what I might like next. It's
Exactly.
like having a friend who knows what book I'll love before I do.
Perfect analogy.
Right.
But AI is doing way more than just entertainment.
What?
It's being used in healthcare
Really?
to diagnose diseases earlier and more accurately.
Wow. How?
Imagine apps that can analyze skin lesions
For skin cancer.
or listen to coughs to diagnose respiratory illnesses.
That's amazing. It's like having a doctor in your pocket.
Hopefully without the medical bills.
Right, hopefully. And what about transportation?
Oh yeah, self-driving cars are becoming more common.
They use AI.
Oh yeah, heavily. They rely on it to navigate and avoid obstacles and make split-second decisions.
Self-driving cars still feel kind of futuristic to me.
They're getting there though.
So AI is making our lives easier.
And safer.
But what about the downsides?
Like what?
We talked about job displacement.
Right.
How's that playing out in the real world?
It's complicated.
In what way?
Well, on the one hand,
Yeah,
AI is automating tasks that the humans used to do,
leading to job losses.
which is a valid concern.
Definitely.
But on the other hand,
Yeah.
AI is also creating new jobs.
Oh, okay, like what?
In data science, software development, even AI ethics.
So it's not robots taking over all of the jobs.
No, it's more like a shifting landscape.
Some jobs go away, new ones appear.
And it's happening fast.
So we need to adapt
Absolutely, and learn new skills.
to thrive in this new job market. We
Exactly.
can't just ignore it.
Nope, we got to be proactive.
Okay, so we talked the personalized job market. But what about the bigger picture?
You mean?
How is AI changing the world on a global scale?
Well, one big area is addressing some of the world's biggest challenges.
Like what?
Climate change poverty.
Oh, wow, that's really interesting.
For example, AI is being used to develop more efficient renewable energy,
Okay.
track deforestation patterns in real time,
Wow.
even predict natural disasters better
It's like AI is giving us superpowers.
to tackle these huge problems
But we need to use those powers wisely.
responsibly.
Make sure AI is working for the benefit of everyone.
Exactly, and that brings us back to why we're having this conversation.
Right.
The future of AI isn't set in stone.
It's up to us
It's something we're all shaping together
with the choices we make.
and the actions we take.
I like that. Okay, so we covered the book, Benefits and Risks of AI.
Real-world examples.
What's the one key takeaway you want to leave our listener with?
This one's important.
Okay, I'm listening.
AI is not some distant future,
It's here right now.
and it's already changing our lives.
The choices we make today.
They'll determine what that impact looks like down the road.
So the future of AI isn't just happening to us
We're creating it.
through our decisions and actions.
Exactly.
That's exciting and a little scary.
It is both.
This has been a really interesting deep dive.
It has been.
I feel like I've learned a lot,
I have too.
and I'm sure our listener has even more questions now.
Probably so.
So to wrap things up,
Yeah.
as AI keeps evolving,
Uh-huh.
what kind of world do you want to create with it?
What role do you want to play in shaping its future?
Those are great questions to think about.
And remember, there's no one right answer.
This is our chance to imagine and build the future we want to see.
Together.
This has been a fascinating deep dive,
It has.
and we encourage you to keep exploring this topic.
It's one of the most important conversations we can be having right now.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI.